Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you can see me and I'm not frozen. I am in my car waiting for my chiropractic appointment to begin, but I wanted to share this message that's been on my heart today so far. And actually, I was even thinking about this yesterday. I titled this Getting Out of the Weeds because I don't know about you all, but I know I tend to get so caught in the weeds of my life and the circumstances that I'm in, the circumstances that I'm living out, that I get completely just in the weeds with things that really don't matter. And I don't know about you all, but it's important for us to recognize and be able to have the consciousness to see the big picture of things, and the big picture of what really does matter in life. And I know for myself, I get, just so overwhelmed with just day-to-day life and the normal responsibilities that I have just to keep our life together, house stuff, work stuff, kids stuff, husband and wife stuff, all of it. And then add in the layer of, social media, and add in the layer of everybody's opinions about things, especially in the climate that we're in right now. You get completely distracted with comparison, with what you're just trying to do to survive, so to speak, that you can't see the real big picture, and you get caught up in feeling inferior or unsuccessful, or like you failed in some way because you're not measuring up to this standard or this expectation that you've placed on yourself, people in your life have placed on you, that you've bought into, or the things that society has deemed the right way or the right path or the right projection of what your life should be. And we buy into that. It's easy to do. We all do it. And so we get caught in the weeds of all of that, and we let go of the bird's eye view. And what do I mean by the bird's eye view? Well, what truly does matter? What really matters in life? And in a nutshell, it's literally to just know God, serve God, and share God. And it doesn't matter what job title you have. It doesn't matter your relationship status. It doesn't matter what house you live in, what car you drive, what clothes you wear, what title you have, what organization you're a part of. It literally does not matter. None of that matters. Those are the weeds. All those details about your life are the weeds. And we can be responsible for the weeds, and I'm not saying to cast it all off or feel guilty over it or any of that, or to have shame in that, but we get tangled and we can't see what truly is what we're meant to do and who we are. And when I'm caught in the weeds, I don't know what's going on. I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm not measuring up to a standard. I feel lonely and isolated, all the negative things, because most of the time when you're caught in the weeds, you're caught in your own mindset. You're caught in your own thoughts. You're caught in your own head, and you can't really have that connection and that spiritual well-being with Christ when you're caught in the weeds. And so we have to have enough awareness and mindfulness in our life that we can see when we're getting caught in the weeds, and we can set up healthy boundaries and things that help us get back to what we need to be focused on. If it's keeping your TV off, if it's journaling every day, if it's deleting social media off your phone, if it is saying no to any extra things that week, so that all your spare time can be really spent doing the things that God really wants you to do. And we all know what those are. We may be confused about them, but we all have those insightful moments where we're feeling I should be doing more here, or spending more time with this person because they need me, or spending more time in the Word because I haven't been reading my Bible, or I can't remember when I really had a good prayer and prayed, and so we always try to get caught in this trap of thinking life is so complicated and it eludes us, and we're confused about what we should be doing. But when we can really have enough awareness to see the bird's eye view, that we are to just know God more, love God, and show God, nothing else matters. Like the rest literally just falls away, and it gives you so much peace and so much freedom and so much confidence in what you're doing in your life, no matter your circumstance, because you know, if I do those 3 things today, if I get to know God more in prayer, if I, am serving, have a serving attitude, and am seeking him first and living my day out from that perspective, and I'm showing God, whether it's smiling at the cashier at the grocery store and telling her, some uplifting word that you have on your heart to share with her, like that is showing God, and that is serving him. And so it's so simple. It's so simple. And we get caught in the weeds. We get caught in thinking that all this ancillary crap actually matters and makes us who we are, when it absolutely, unequivocally does not. And this isn't meant to be like I feel like I'm being like a typical Baptist preacher, like fire and brimstone. And it's not that. I hope this is an encouragement that, guys, it's not complicated. And if we can get back to the simple mindset and that simple way of thinking about life, the rest does not bother you. Like, you don't care about all those things anymore, in the sense that they drive you to feel a certain negative way about yourself, like your job title or material items or relationship status or status in general, in whatever context. I mean, it's just so easy for us to feel like everything around us is big and matters and makes us who we are. But y'all, Jesus Christ dying on the cross made us who we are. There's nothing else that we can do. Our works don't mean a hill of beans. And if you think that they matter, then you're really believing that what Christ did on the cross wasn't enough. And it absolutely was enough. You are already enough in God's eyes. Like, you can't do any more. You can't be any more. What Christ did for you gives you all the value you could ever need in life. You are already chosen. You are already loved. You are already, grafted into the kingdom of heaven. There's nothing more you can do. And when we think about it that way, I know for myself, being like a person who's very goal-oriented, very structured, very driven, I guess, in some respects, that's hard for me to think about. Like, wow, nothing I do really, not that nothing we do matters, but like no type of accolade or status I could ever have would ever make me more lovable in God's eyes. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Because this for me, when I've really wrapped my head around this, it's like, it is so uplifting and it is so freeing, because it's like, I can just literally wake up and I'm enough. Like, I am enough. And my day can be spent from that perspective. And when I can think of my day in that way already, like, I'm enough. What I'm doing right now is enough. Like, I don't have to push myself. And I'm not saying not to be goal oriented, but we don't have to be caught up in the dramatics of what society tells us we should be caring about. Hey Amanda, hey Rochelle. I've finally seen, I think it's delayed because I'm like in a parking lot in the middle of town. So like, I don't think I have good service, so I can't see a lot of your comments. But that to me, like wrapping my head around that truth, it's not a concept, it's a truth. When I wrap my head around the truth that I am already enough, I'm already made whole, I've already arrived, I've already hit the pinnacle of me, like, it gives me freedom to pursue things in a less pressurized context, right? Like, yeah, I'm not a perfect mom, but I can wake up every day and know that God is proud of me already, or I'm not the perfect, daughter or, wife or friend, but I'm already enough in God's eyes, and I'm trying, and so it takes that extra part of it away. And then it also gives me the ability to like let go of all the other stuff that everyone wants to tell us matters. Like, it absolutely doesn't. So I want to encourage you guys to try and get out of the weeds and think about the bird's eye view. Like, think about the big view of what it means to be a child of God, what it means to be in this world, what truly matters. And when you give yourself those moments of mindfulness and clarity to like see yourself through God's eyes, your life will feel so much lighter and freer and abundant in Him, not in material things, not in money, not in status, not in relationships, not in, anything other than just knowing God and serving Him and loving Him and showing up in your day from that perspective. So I want that to be an encouragement to you guys, because I know I get caught in the weeds and I have to put myself back on this, in this mindset, in this frame of mind, repeatedly, because it's so easy to do. We're just inundated with so much crap. We're inundated with everything going on in our culture, everything going on in our little bubble, everything going on, inside our own mind that we're telling ourselves about us and our circumstance. We get caught in the weeds, and you can't live in the weeds. You can't live in the weeds. Nothing survives when it's being strangled out. You've got to be able to take yourself out of that context and think about who you are, whose you are, in a big picture view. And really, it gives you so much clarity and helps you let go of so much junk that you've been holding on to, or that you've allowed to have, a stronghold on who you are and your identity and what matters to you. Because when I get down to the nuts and bolts of what matters to me, I can let go of a ton of crap because I'm pretty low maintenance. And honestly, the things that make me the happiest are the most simple, mundane activities, like waking up and eating a big breakfast with, my family, sitting down, reading my Bible, drinking coffee in the sunshine. Like, I literally don't need a lot. And we get caught up thinking we need so much more. We need so much more to be happy. We need so much more to feel fulfilled. We need so much more to make us who we need to be or where we want to go. And we just get caught up in all of that, and we let go of so much that really does matter. And I can tell when I'm getting to that point, when I'm starting to feel depressed or I'm starting to feel very negative and down on myself, because that usually is a reflection of how I'm feeling about everything. And I can understand that, okay, I'm letting a lot bother me and make me believe that what I'm doing here and what's going on in my life isn't enough, when it is, and quite frankly, it should be enough. So I think for me, it's just a journey of staying on top of my mindset and really doing work to understand what I'm thinking about and why I'm thinking those things, because it helps you understand what you're feeling. And then from your feelings, you're interacting with yourself, you're interacting with your world, and you're getting the results in your life from all of that. So controlling what you're thinking about and really being aware of that changes so much for your life. And so I know for me, when I'm focused on the details and the weeds of life, I get completely out of whack. But when I'm focused on the big picture and what really matters, my life feels so much lighter and more joyful and more contentful. So I hope that was a good word for you guys. I hope y'all are enjoying October already. Cannot believe it's already halfway over. So if you guys have thoughts about this, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. And if you haven't, whoops, I hit it. If you haven't already, I'm going to put in the link in this video, the link for our email list, because that's going to be going out every week, and some cool stuff's coming down the pipe in this hiatus between the first season of the Thought Vault and the second season coming up. And I want you guys to be a part of that conversation, and I need feedback from you guys, because I want to make season 2 and the project I'm working on of pure benefit to you all, and I need y'all on that email list so I can get feedback from you guys. So I'm going to drop that link in the comments, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.